So, today we are in Wiener Neustadt to get an amazing demo flight from an amazing Diamond pilot for this amazing DA50 RG. We have here Micke, great guy, great pilot. He flies all kinds of Diamonds during the day, during the night, in good weather, in bad weather, around thunderstorm. Very nice video, by the way.
Thank you.
And across a small pond of water, which is the
Atlantic
Ocean. So, I'm very excited. All the words now to Micke. Micke, what's the plan?
Yeah, so hello and welcome to Neustadt, to the Diamond factory. We're going to fly the DA50 today and the DA62, which you have on the other side. So the plan is to give you a nice demo flight and to show you the capabilities of the airplane.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I can't wait. I hope you're excited as I am. Let's go and get this bird in the sky.
Yes.
Nice.
Perfect.
Okay, so oil pressure is there, and you see immediately with the Continental engine, you see it's glowing.
Exactly.
So it's still glowing after the engine start.
Okay.
This is totally normal. In the Austo engines, in the other ones, the glow will just be on engine master on. Okay?
All right.
Yeah.
Is it because it's cold outside, or it's the normal thing to have it after the engine start?
Good question, but normally it's continuous glowing.
Okay.
Yeah.
To help up to warm up the engine,
I
right?
think so, yeah.
All right.
Okay, so then we continue with the checklist. We did that glow, start button. Oil pressure is green, annunciation is checked. External power we don't have, and the GPU we also don't have. So oil pressure is checked. Circuit breakers are still all in.
And you have here a special ground idle position, right?
Exactly. So it's ground idle and flight idle.
And flight idle, okay.
Here on 1,000 feet, the QNH is wrong. It will probably be around 7. So the reason behind that is if you land on high elevation airports, right? So if you would go to normal idle, then the engine, the idle self-correction would kick in.
Okay.
That the engine does not get a flame out.
All right.
Right? That the RPM is not too low.
Okay.
So then if you go into idle and you are, let's say, Addis Abeba on almost 7,000 feet or 6,000 feet, you would still get around, let's say, 15% of load.
Yeah.
But here it doesn't matter, and that's why you see glow just went off.
Yeah.
And this is why we have the ground idle. You can put it in ground idle, and then it's nice for the idling. Okay. Then RPM is checked. Fuel pump is off. Fuel valve. This is also a new system.
Yeah. Let me take this away.
In the DA40, the fuel was taken from the left-hand side, right?
Yeah.
In the 50, it also takes from the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Goes through the right wing and returns in the left wing.
Okay.
To warm the fuel in the right engine.
All right.
If we go to emergency here, so emergency over.
Okay.
Then it takes from the right tank.
Okay.
And returns also to the right tank. In the DA40, when you take from the right tank in the emergency situation, it returns into the left one.
Oh, okay.
So on this one, it also returns into the right one.
All right. So that's the difference, yeah.
You could basically call it left tank and right tank, but normal use is to have it in always take it from the left and to transfer the fuel then from the right tank to the left. Exactly.
Got it.
So we keep that now in emergency. Voltage is checked. Essential pass we do on, then pitot stall heat is on, then both go off, the arms were increasing, now comes the stall heat fail, because we're on ground, okay.
So it protects itself, right, on the ground?
Yeah. Then they are both on, both alternators, very good. Then we turn off the essential bus. Then alternator 2 is decreasing, as it should. Pitot stall heat off. That works, and the Avionics master is already on, of course.
Yeah.
So FMS setup I already did, 1,500, runway 09, QNH, I believe it's 07. Radios are set, performance, we already did speedbox and everything is in there. So autopilot test.
Yep.
Push the disconnect button, trim is not working, either that or that. So now this is working, and up and down is working. Then we do autopilot on, roll mode, autopilot, yaw damper, and pitch mode. Then I always do the heading mode to see if it's something doing something, and then I disconnect it with the right side. That this button is also working. And then we'd go into the go round mode. So go around, flight director goes into level and pitches up 6.6 degrees.
Yep.
Good. This is done. Floodlight we don't need. Position light is already on. Fuel valve back to normal, so apparently that works.
Okay.
It's a good sign.
Good for us.
Yeah, altimeters, I keep it on 0.7 on both. We have 900 here and 930, so that's within tolerance. Standby is checked, transponder 7000. Engine temperatures are rising, and now we can go up here with the RPM to warm it up. 1050. Exolite, keep it off now because we're idling. Okay.
So the startup was a very easy event.
It's like a car basically, right?
Yeah.
You just flip the switch and then you put the starter.
And it regulates everything by itself, right?
Exactly.
Depending on the outside temperature, whatever. No priming, nothing.
No priming, no fancy handle somewhere. And this is all done by the ECU, right? Or basically, let's say the FedEx. So with the power lever, you actually just set an angle, right?
Yeah.
You set the angle, and then
We're basically playing with the percentage of the load, right? That's what you're seeing when you're moving the power lever.
Exactly.
Control.
So the load is calculated. So actually, what you're setting is RPM, basically. I don't want to get into detail here now.
No. Yeah. Of course, yeah.
But this is quite easy. It just measures an angle. Then the signal goes into the ECU. And then the ECU says, okay, he wants that, and now I have that, and I'm gonna do this.
Nice.
So
that's the modern way of doing things, right?
That's absolutely no mixture, anything, and
beautiful.
That's a nice thing. We're now warming up the engine.
Okay.
Oil temperature, coolant, and gearbox temperature rising, and immediately, if we go into the engine page here, what you see, we have a rudder trim.
Yeah.
It's a single engine with a rudder trim.
Nice.
So no need to stand like this on climb, right?
No, not on Diamond. No in Diamond.
And well, in the DA40, but not on the 50.
Yeah.
And how to move this rudder trim is here behind of the
that's
the power
the new
lever.
trick. Yeah.
Exactly. There you have a toggle switch, and then if you move it, it goes left and right.
Very comfortable.
And we discovered with the torque and when you get the positive angle of attack with the P factor. It's the best thing to have it right on the right edge here.
Right on the edge.
Then you almost don't have to hit so much rudder. Actually,
Nice.
It's nice.
And when you're using the autopilot, you also have a magic button here, right? The yaw damper.
Yes, but yaw damper is not allowed to be used as single source.
Okay.
You can just yaw damper is just allowed to be
with the
on
autopilot.
when
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So when you are on the autopilot, you just hit the yaw damper and you forget about the rudder. And
It will be engaged automatically. So if I do autopilot on, yaw damper comes on.
Goes automatically. Nice.
Exactly. So what we also see here, the fuel gauges left and right, pretty standard, I would say. Oil temperature just went into the green. Fuel temperature, fuel pressure is also new, also in the Diamonds. Before we didn't have the fuel pressure. Then we have the fuel flow, the calculator one, and the fuel calculator. So here then we have the two alternators, which is also new for a Diamond.
Yeah.
So alternator one basically takes over the complete ship system, and the alternator two is basically only for the air conditioner when you turn it on.
Okay.
But in case alternator one fails, alternator two takes over.
Okay.
It's nice to have two alternators.
Of course, especially if you rely on electronics so heavily.
Exactly. Absolutely. Then voltmeter is clear, and oxygen is now digital. In the other Diamonds, it was
like an analog
thing.
Yeah.
This one is not equipped with a TKS system. These are just the how do you say, the dummies.
Yeah, the dummy panels.
Because this is serial number 6 and it's a demonstrator, and it didn't have one, and it would come up here then.
For the TKS.
For TKS,
liquid,
exactly. Yeah. The panel is installed here, but it's not usable.
It's not doing anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
So almost there with the temperatures. Then I also move the flaps to be sure that they are working. Move it down to landing. You don't see it now here, but they are slotted actually.
Yeah.
So slotted hinge flaps. And
that gives you the stall speed of 59, something like that,
yeah,
on the full
15,
flaps.
You will see it later on.
Yeah.
But it's low.
It's
low.
For this weight, I mean,
For this weight, it's slow, yeah.
It's very slow.
Okay, flaps are takeoff. We'll check it again. And you hear the flaps. When you put them to landing on approach, it's like, it's a DA50 sound, I would say. Good. As the coolant temperature is still rising and the gearbox temperature, we'll do a quick briefing. So it's runway 09, flaps are takeoff. Rotation speed is 66. After 66, we go into, let's say, 80 knots. VY would be 97, but 80 is just easier to see. You have it depicted anyway here on the side, so it's flying for dummies. Then we climb up 1,500 feet. After departure, it's going to be a right turn out to Golf, which is the point there, and we go to the south, and then we climb up into the training area.
Okay.
Comms are set, navs are set, in case of any malfunctions. Before 66 knots, throttle back to idle, apply brakes, and stop on the runway, inform ATC. In case of engine failure after liftoff, we have sufficient runway and gear still down, we do re-landing. If we have no sufficient runway, we go to the left into the field, and lift the gear down, apply best glide speed of 94 if we reach it still, and land in the field and prepare for emergency landing. And in case of any animal functions, we go in traffic pattern Bravo in 1,500 feet.
Got it.
Good. Briefing completed. How do we look here? Almost there.
Almost.
Very good. 60 degrees is actually the how do you say? The limit, you see?
Yeah. It's
yeah.
Sort of.
That was perfect now. Perfect example.
Done.
Okay. Then I would say we're ready to go, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Good. The parking brake is released. Taxi light is on. And let's turn on a bit this one here.
So for the taxi,
yes,
you're using the differential braking, right?
Exactly. So the front wheel is free castering.
Okay.
I know there is a video out there where someone says it's connected. No, it's not. It's free castering.
That's what I wanted to double check.
Yes. So the other video which you saw where it said that it's connected, it's absolutely wrong, because then you could not move the pedals like this.
Yeah, absolutely.
On
absolutely.
taxi. So it's free castering. You have to use the differential braking for taxi or for the turns, and the gear got a center mechanism to keep it centered when you retract it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Steering is quite interesting in the beginning for people, but after sometimes it's quite
just
easy.
need to adjust a little bit.
So my brakes are working. Your brakes. Perfect.
Perfect.
Good. Then we do a taxi check. Airspeed is 0. Horizon is level in the turn QNH is 1008, indicating almost the same altitude, so within tolerance. And the compass heading is checked. And this is the only analog thing, the compass.
Yeah, that's it.
Rest is digital. I once flew a demo with a 777 captain, and he said this thing could do more than a triple.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. And then we open the checklist. Taxi checklist we did 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Nice.
So taxi light is off and the parking.
The run up here is incredible as well, right? It's as easy as the startup.
Exactly. So you will see it in a second when we come to the point.
Sure.
So first, parking brake is set, adjustable brake is upright. We are buckled up, right? Yep. Sun visors are stowed and secured with the camera. Keypad is stowed and secure. We come to that in flight.
Yep.
Rear door is closed and latched. Front canopy, front doors are closed and latched.
Closed.
We have no warning lights. That's good. MFD engine page, and we check the temperatures. They are all looking good. Oil pressure is always in the lower part.
Because of the idle.
Exactly. But the yellow thing is actually just an information for the pilot. So this is not really a yellow range.
Okay.
Good. Then circuit breakers are still all in. Fuel valve is, to double check, normal. Then cowl flap, which is also new in this airplane. So you have here, I don't know if you see it, a thing for the cowl flap, a switch for the cowl flap. And what it does, it opens our left and right side from the engine, and just to get a little bit of more airflow going through the engine. So it gets sucked out on the side and to get a better airflow. Yeah. So we opened that for takeoff and landing, and for high power maneuvers, right? Just to get more airflow through. Good, so cowl flap is open, it's indicated with a light. So electric elevator trim is set for takeoff and still working. Electric rudder trim, we also have it here.
Just on the edge.
So there on the edge is perfect. Flaps, left, right, light is checked. Flight controls. So we do full left, full right, full left, full right, full up, full down. Then I always do also the cooking.
Yeah, the cooking one.
Yeah, I call it the cooking.
Yeah, nice.
And then what many people forget, you also have flight controls down here, right?
Exactly.
So make sure that the rudder is free.
The adjustment is electrical, right?
Exactly, this is also pretty easy.
Nice.
It's just electrical.
Very nice.
Yeah. And
Good.
I always have it to the front.
To the front.
Because I'm a big guy, but in the DA50 I'm sitting like, it's a first class seat.
Yeah.
And what's also new with the flight controls, they are spring loaded. So if you move it, it goes back to the middle, right?
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. So it centers itself back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's a spring below the seat, and it goes into the middle.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay.
So the FADEC check, right?
Exactly. So for the ECU test, we start from auto to force B. Perfect. It's working. We go back to auto, and then we go to the ECU test. So now the engine is checking if the governor basically is working properly, right?
Yeah.
So, and this is just a button test.
Yeah.
So we check the temperatures, they're all good, and now I push the button, we get first the ECU B light. Now you see it's now revving up so much.
Yeah.
And now it goes down to almost 550 RPM. That was checked. Now comes the A, goes down again, and that was your run up.
Beautiful. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, you don't need to remember the RPM or anything.
Yeah.
Just press the button. That's it. RPM drop, all good. Basically, the plane will tell you, right, if something's wrong.
It will. It will come with an ECU test. With an ECU fail if something is wrong. Then you terminate the flight. Exactly. Okay, so this is done. ECU test is performed. pitot heat, we leave it off for the time. As prediction, we don't have transponder 7000 available power check. So we just checked that we have power here. So 2 to 80 with 99, or 2 to 90 with 99%. That's good. Okay, and you immediately feel the power of the engine, right?
Yeah. But still not too loud, actually. I mean.
Yeah, the balls are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tribute to both. But anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, anyways.
So rec is off.
Yeah.
Then emergency fuel pump. Emergency fuel pump is on.
Yep.
But you know what? I'm going to show you something here. Recirculating air. So I keep it off now for the moment.
Okay.
I know I toggled it, but I have my finger here. Fresh air is open. Shutoff valve. We don't have any demonstrator. Parking brake is now. I'll leave it on also. Okay.
Okay.
Why? Because in the Diamond you can do a flow, okay?
Yeah.
So what I always do on the takeoff clearance, it's landing, taxi.
Yeah.
Do I need the DIS or not? I don't need it. Okay. Then I go down here, double check. Okay, here, fuel transfer, no, fuel pump on. Go continue here. If I need the pitot, pitot heat on. Then I go over here, flaps are takeoff.
Yeah.
Then I go down here, parking brake, and then I double check that the cowl flap is open, and I also can check the trim.
Exactly.
It's just a flow.
Yeah. Very comfy.
And with that, you actually do all of the checklist. Yeah. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm also ready. Okay, so landing taxi, this is good. Fuel pump is on, transponder is checked, pitot heat, we leave off for now. Flaps, brake is released, cowl flap is open, trim is set, and we're ready to go.
Nice.
So, project looks clear to me. Approach, runway 09 is identified. And if guys are wondering if I'm not turning on the pitot heat, we have 8 degrees here.
Yeah.
And also if I would turn it on now, and I hit the takeoff power, with the 7 seconds which it takes to indicate the stall heat fail, you probably set takeoff power, start your roll, and then you get a ping, and then you board the takeoff.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have to know your system, how this works, to not
get a strange warning.
Exactly. Right? Okay. What do we do here? Runway heading is checked. The non-setter panel is checked with the stall heat. Then I do the timer and takeoff power.
Beautiful.
Takeoff power is set. And here we go.
Oh, you feel the power.
Yeah. Engine instruments are checked. Airspeed is alive 2 times. Cross check 50.
Check.
Ah, there comes the airliner. And 66 rotate.
Wow, this is very confident.
Positive rate.
Yeah.
Brakes, gear up.
Point Delta runway 09 ready for departure.
And now looking for the 80, right?
Yep.
Here is up.
Take off on discretion runway 09.
And now I'm not using the rudder anymore. I'm just flying with the how do you say? With the trim. So I can demonstrate it. I'm not touching the rudder, and I have 300 horsepower pushing in the front, right?
Nice.
Runway 09 for touch and go.
Okay, reaching 1,500 here now. So reducing the power, speed is checked and rising, flaps up.
On discretion.
And the flaps are up, and indicated flaps up. We do the right turn here. Stop the timer for the climb power.
You have 5 minutes on climb power, right?
Yeah. Sorry, on full power.
On full power.
Yeah,
5 minutes on full power.
Exactly. So turn on here the heat a bit.
Yep.
The heat is quite good in this plane. Trust me. And to be completely honest with you, I normally fly with the in-ear headset from Bose.
Uh-huh.
In the 50, the in-ear is a bit less protected.
Uh-huh.
So there you need the 820.
Okay.
But it's still very quiet, right?
Yeah, I mean for 300 horsepower,
Yeah.
6 cylinders.
Yeah.
Twin turbocharged. It's a long list.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a long list about the engine. Look, the takeoff was super confident. I mean, power-wise, right? Accelerating
Absolutely.
to the rotation speed. Well, first of all, it was very fast, and then you can feel it.
Yeah.
Right through
Yeah.
the whole maneuver.
Yeah. Good. Then we said, let's start with 2,500 feet.
Yeah.
Flight level change. Let's do an interesting one. Just 210 autopilot on here and indicate the heading mode. So heading is green autopilot, yaw damper flight level change 110. Hit 90% of climb power. And let's see how high we can go up because it looks a bit dizzy back there in the mountains.
Pretty packed with clouds.
And first we do a climb check.
Yeah.
Landing, taxi, fuel pump. We leave the cowl flap open, gear up, flaps up. And checklist, here we did that. Okay, that alternator we don't need, climb power, gear up, flaps up, fuel pump is off. Climb power is set, reaching 2.5 now, alternator not needed, lights are off, and oxygen, and this is also done. Very
Nice.
good. Okay.
That's why I'm a huge fan of electronic checklists, right? You take off, you set the autopilot on, you have a good timing, just do the checklist. Very nice, very comfy.
That's a nice thing, yeah.
Yeah.
But actually, to show you the climb performance, let's hit 4,000 feet here, okay?
Okay.
Flight level change. I know I'm setting now the power after the thing here. So climb power is set.
Yep.
And now I actually don't want to lie here. So know where you have to look at. This is always important. Here, 94. Climb speed is like the, I said it correctly.
Yeah, 94.
Yeah, 94. Approaching 4,000. 2 degrees, so turn on the tow heat now.
Yep.
Okay, helping a bit here with the rudder. Okay. We're now not full fuel, but we're still 3 people.
And they were getting 1,100.
Yeah, with a single, right?
Yeah, nice.
This is pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it will get down a bit, right? But yeah, not significantly. So 4,000. Okay. 85%.
Yep.
Or let's do 75.
Yeah, let's check the performance on 75.
Yeah, so I mean we're still pretty low, right?
Yeah.
So Now I also close the cowl flaps.
Yep.
That actually makes a difference of 2 to 3 knots.
Really?
Let's say 2.
Okay, so we're accelerating.
Yep.
So what are you expecting to see on this load?
On this altitude, it's hard to say. Hard to tell you now. On this altitude.
Let's have a look then.
Yeah. And yes, we're flying VFR, but now staying in 4000. So normally 4.5, right?
Nice.
For the VFR. But nobody's flying IFR here in this altitude.
No. Not in Austria.
No.
No. So what we're having, TAS of roughly 150 knots.
Yeah,
right?
but it's still increasing.
Still going.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that's with 75%. We have a fuel flow of 12.5-ish.
12.5-ish.
Let's say, yeah.
At 4,000. Yeah.
If nobody believes me, looks here.
Yeah.
But you see 155.
155 knots.
In this altitude.
Yeah, at 4,000 feet. Sure.
So let's turn to the south here.
Yep.
Yeah, I would say this is the altitude which you can get, the speed which you can get here. Let's do it with 65.
Yep.
So fuel flow of 10.
Uh-huh.
So let's get a bit warmer here. Does it come out warm? It
Sort of.
Yeah. Sort of, yeah. Oh, now it does. Oh, yeah.
It does,
yeah,
does.
Yeah, now
I mean,
it
it's
does.
warm.
Now it's heating.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Very nice.
It's so sad that the mountains are closed today. You have one poor looking ski resort there on the right side.
Yeah, very unfortunate. No snow.
Yeah. This is why we fly jet fuel.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're not
65.
losing too much, right? So
No.
it's 148 now.
And it's still in 4,000, right?
Yeah.
So let's do 4.5 for the 85%.
Yeah.
So let's do a quick climb here with 120 is set, and let's climb up here. And now I'm not opening the cowl flaps.
Yeah. And just a quick comment, you know, for the guys who are watching the video. You see, with the single engine lever power control, you don't need to go through the climb flow, you know, adding the mixture, adding the prop, then adding the manifold pressure.
This is all done automatically. Yes, so
very nice. You're
no need to worry about that.
Yeah, you want to climb 90% load, go.
Yeah.
And then, of course, when you level off, right, you don't need manifold, RPM, mixture again.
Exactly.
Nothing. Very good.
Good. So 4.5 is captured, 85 is set.
Okay,
let's have a look.
Romeo Whiskey, leaving a frequency by.
So just turn it back again to the north. Left side is checked. And let's leave the lights on, because it's a bit dizzy.
Yeah.
If somebody else is flying around here. But we have the TAS. And
information, hello, Oscar Cook, can you watch your just cancel that?
That's my flight instructor. He told me to fly.
Report altitude.
So for the traffic system here,
yes,
we see everybody, right? Not only the guys who have Mode Sierra or ADSB.
Exactly. We have the
descent below the team.
ADSB and the TAS in this one.
Yeah.
So you have the ADSB transponder in and out.
Yep.
So in the US, you probably don't have to get the TAS.
Yeah.
Because everybody's flying with the ADSB in.
But in Europe, it's I think quite important,
yes.
right? Because not everybody has ADSB.
No.
And we're gonna see the guys even with Mode Charlie, right? So they don't need to have Mode Sierra.
Exactly.
We can see anyone pretty much with the transponder.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's a cool thing.
Yeah, I think it's very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can still see all the small guys flying. There was a guy.
This is the big guys.
Ah, these are the big guys.
These are the airliners at Vienna.
Ah, yeah, that's Vienna.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one is very nice.
So let's transfer some fuel.
Yep.
So just turn down the button here, or the turning knob, and now we're transferring fuel from the left, from the right to the left. Okay, 85%. We're coming up on 160.
Yeah.
In 4.5.
160. And burning
14 gallons. Let's say 14.
Gallons.
Yeah.
14 gallons of fuel per hour.
Because you could adjust it a little bit to the back. Then you have 84% with 14.
It's 14.
Yeah. So these are the real numbers. So we're not lying to anybody. This is how it is.
Yeah.
4,500, 160. This will increase with the altitude, of course.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, no need to lie to somebody how fast the airplane is. Better have it on the real deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, 160 I would say.
Yeah,
That's a good thing.
160 knots at 85% power is 14 gallons.
Exactly.
So what's the economy sort of setting? Like 55% if you're really aiming for the range?
Well, let's take a look here on the range ring. You see it?
Oh my god, you have the range ring.
Yes. So the range ring is coming from the fuel calculator.
Okay.
So make sure you have the correct amount of fuel in here when you
yeah, you need to program it, right?
Yes, exactly. Because it does not know how much is in here.
Yeah.
You really have to make that correct. So now on the range ring,
okay,
I pull out the power now. So 55. Let's drive it 50%. You see how it's increasing?
So we have two rings here, right? What are the differences between the two?
So the first ring here, this one,
yeah,
tells you how far you can go with the 45
minute
reserve, and the outer one is the complete end. This is where your fuel ends, right?
Yeah, sorry, we forgot, right?
You could select it on the aux page here. On the range ring, sorry. You could set that somewhere. Don't get me now where. This is
on trip planning there was efficiency thing going. You see?
Fuel stats,
yeah, the
efficiency.
Fuel stats. They're telling you, and they give you the total endurance.
Yeah.
And the range, right? And it gives you the range
exactly
with this fuel. But we don't have a lot of fuel now, just for the guys.
It's not a lot.
We have like less than 17 gallons
we
of fuel.
We have 17 now on board.
17 gallons.
Yeah. So turning off the fuel transfer.
No, this is the page for the gigs. The trip planning with
exactly.
Yeah.
And you see, I'm all doing with the keypad here, right?
Yeah.
So when flying IFR, this is very handy. You can do the flight plans, everything. So this is also for the lazy mode, right?
Yeah.
So zooming here again. So I could just go back here and then
nice.
do it like this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is a better thing for IFR, right?
Yeah.
Don't do that when you VFR. You have to look out.
No, especially in this kind of weather.
Exactly. So then close that up here, and for the autopilot, you have to reach your arm to the front. Okay, then.
Cool stuff.
So, yeah, so for the... Yes?
Just quickly, 50% load, still getting 130 knots. Pretty decent, I would say. Very good. Burning 8.6 gallons of fuel.
Yeah. So this is pretty nice.
Yeah.
So for the autopilot, we have the GFC 700. It's a very good one. And yeah, LPV approaches, no problem. Flies down the ILS, of course. Got the visual approach in the Garmin, so that's a nice feature. And yeah, I don't have to talk about the G1000 NXI. This is, I would say, pretty standardized right now in new airplanes.
Yep.
Or modern ones. So, yeah.
Beautiful.
Good. Do you want to see some handling?
Exactly.
Okay, so we do autopilot off, and now, so for the turn rate, like normal turns, I think don't have to show you how they are.
Yeah.
But maybe for the roll rate, if I do full to the left and then full to the right, so roll rate is also quite good, right?
Yeah. Very good.
Increases a bit with the speed, of course, right? So, and you could do a slow flight, also very good.
And you have that protection system, right? Now that if you're getting closer to 45 degrees bank, what does it do?
I will show you.
Okay.
This was a good, how do you say, a nice bridge to the next thing I wanted to show you.
Okay.
So the normal turns are fine, right?
Yeah.
So then we have the ESP system.
Okay.
So let's say we're flying around here and I want to look down to the, let's do the right, then you see the ground from the camera. and we want to see something here, and we fly and fly and fly, and then we bank and bank and bank, and over 45 degrees.
Yeah.
The stick goes back and brings you back
Okay. Nice.
to 25 to 30 degrees of bank.
Okay, so it helps you get away from the
Exactly.
bank.
And in my opinion, this was installed to avoid spiral dives. Where
Yeah.
when people are flying and everybody's looking down here, and, let's make the picture, let's make the picture, let's make the picture.
You're just good
and then
getting
this could
into
happen,
the
right? You could almost go down into the dive.
into the dive.
And then this protects you from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, it just left altitude now for that. You can override that with the disconnect button.
Okay.
So if you do the turn and go over it, you feel the pressure, and then if I push, you override it.
It switches off.
Exactly.
Okay.
So this is a nice feature.
So not only it brings you back to 30 degrees bank, but it actually increases the load you have to put in the stick, right, to continue banking.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then what we also have with the bank protection, right? We also have that for the high speed and for the low speed. So I'm gonna lose some altitude here now.
Okay.
On this heading. Just putting out some power. And I'm gonna pitch up significantly, okay?
Yeah, check the mountain.
Yes, I see it. Turning on the fuel pump for that, just to be safe. Shame is to takeoff, and now I'm pitching up, pitching up, pitching up, pitching up, pitching up, and at some point, then the pressure increases, and it pushes me down.
Okay.
Yeah.
So once again, as you are pulling it,
it will increase the pressure, yeah.
Nice.
Exactly. And the same is working also with the, if you put it very heavy nose down, for that I'm gonna lower the gear to get some air braking.
Yeah.
So also pretty nice, you can drop the gear almost all the time. Landing gear extension is 160.
Very good. So in case you need some drag.
Yeah, exactly. So 3 green, and then I'm going back here, and now just losing a bit of speed to make it over the flat here. And then we push the nose significantly down, 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 down. And then at one point, it starts to push it up again.
Push you back.
Yeah, exactly. So this is also a nice feature.
It's very good.
So
just in case you are flying VFR, you know, right, and you're just looking around.
Exactly.
And you're just showing off.
Yeah.
The plane is going to bring you back to reality.
But if you end up in this position, right, something has already gone really wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
for that one, we have the magic button. No?
Exactly, that was the next one which I wanted to show you.
Yeah.
So let's get up to minimum safe altitude 4000. Just doing a quick, this is totally non-standard here now, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I mean, this is the real thing. This is something that can happen to people. I mean, I
exactly.
know a lot of guys flying VFR, looking at the mountain world.
Exactly.
90.
Okay, 4000 feet I have. Right. There. Okay, 4000.
Yep.
We're flying around and totally losing my...
Let's say we're in a cloud or something like that.
We're totally losing everything.
Everything.
Level button.
And it's gonna bring you back to 4000, right?
Yeah, it's just... It was a bit confused now because it was significant, right?
No, but anyway, it does its thing. It's gonna come back.
You see?
It's gonna come back.
Level.
Level. Nice, very nice.
Yeah.
I mean, especially for the guys who are starting to fly far, you can feel protected. If something goes wrong, if you lose the situational awareness or you have some spatial disorientation,
absolutely.
Press the button. Press the button.
And for the last protection system,
we're
gonna do heading mode, capture the 4500 for 45 and we are 100 feet up. Oh, sorry. Down. Go here to the left again.
Yeah.
It's so sad that the mountain is closed. So 45 is now captured, okay.
Yep.
Turning back to the east, okay. And we have now had a very long flight. We are totally tired.
I'm incapacitated.
Yeah, you're totally off.
I'm just
lack
off.
of oxygen.
Lack of oxygen. Yeah.
That's a good thing. Thing could happen. Let's say we both have a lack of oxygen, and we feel tired, and it's been a long day, flying home from work, or flying home from work.
But that's a good scenario.
Yeah.
I'm flying home from work
Okay.
on my brand new DA50.
Yeah.
So good work I have.
Yeah. Turn off the fuel pump again.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna slow it down with the gear, okay?
Okay. Yeah, and that we don't get the awful sound of beep, beep, beep. I mean, it's not awful, it's very safe when you bring it to idle.
Yeah, but I will keep it in non-beeping because then you will recognize it, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
So gears down, speed is dropping. So move the gear to up again. And now we're flying around.
Airspeed.
Airspeed 1, first indication.
Yes.
Okay, at least now we should be aware. Okay, something is happening. 2, minimum speed. Okay, radar is now yeah, okay. Stall, 3.
Stall.
Stall,
Airspeed.
warning more than 1 second. USP is active.
Airspeed.
Pushing down the nose automatically. I'm not doing anything.
Airspeed.
You see?
Yeah.
He's pushing down the nose that we're not stalling.
Airspeed.
And it also says under speed protection is active.
Very good.
Now
Airspeed.
he went out of the stall.
Airspeed.
And we'll keep that.
Yeah, but it's gonna basically trade the altitude for the speed, right?
Airspeed.
And keep telling you speed, speed. So
Yeah,
you have
yeah,
a lot of
yeah,
time. You have a lot of time.
Yeah.
Airspeed.
But you see, this is totally stable.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's now keeping the speed
Airspeed.
that he's not coming into the stall again.
Yeah.
So,
Airspeed.
Very good.
yeah, this is a nice feature.
I mean, you have a lot of time to recover. from
Airspeed.
that.
Exactly.
So basically, on autopilot, your stall recovery would be just to add the power, because everything else the autopilot does. The underspeed protection system.
So what I didn't show you now, if I would have just pushed the power, it would have he would climb back to 4,500. Yeah.
Oh, this is brilliant. This is brilliant.
Okay, let's stay here in 4,500.
Yep.
And I show you the slow flight or the very slow flight capabilities of the DA50. So fuel pump is on for that.
So we're gonna check the double slotted flaps.
Yeah. So I first show it to you clean.
Okay.
Okay. So 4-5. Keep here. And slow down.
Okay.
And now I have to do the beeping. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, idle. Check gear comes up.
Yep.
Very
Check
good.
gear.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Moving back the trim. Stall warning.
Now that's the stall warning. Yes.
Clean.
Clean.
Okay. Stall warning, stall warning.
A little bit of buffeting.
Yeah, there's the buffeting. But I'm still. This is clean, and there it kind of drops, you see?
Nothing too
And
wild.
there it drops.
Yeah, then it drops.
So this was clean now,
Yeah.
okay? Now go back to.
But again, nothing too crazy. It gently goes down and just rolls a little bit.
Some other airplanes, they do a
Yeah. they do the
complete
flip.
snap roll.
Yeah.
Almost, right? Okay, 4,100. Speed is
Okay.
checked, flaps takeoff. So let's say now with the takeoff, shortly after rotation, gear is up and now we're climbing and then we do a climb stall after departure. 4,500, go out here, pull out the power. idle. Move back the trim.
Yep.
Check gear again, very good.
Check gear.
Trim is almost full back. Stall warning
Check
at
gear.
66. Still trying to hold the altitude.
Check gear.
And now I'm almost full back.
Okay.
Now I'm full
buffet.
back. Trim is full
Check
back.
gear.
And the stick is full back. Okay.
And nothing happens. Yeah.
I cannot do anything.
Gear.
I'm full at the back.
And we are just sinking with
Check
negative
gear.
500 feet per
Let's
minute.
600, 700 depends on, because
Check
when it
gear.
gets to some speed again.
Yeah, but I mean the wing doesn't drop.
Exactly, and with the
Check
vortex
gear.
generators on the ailerons.
The ailerons has authority.
Okay.
Full authority.
There I could
gear.
like really force it, but it's still a little bit controllable.
Yeah.
Oop. So let's get out of the stall warning.
Yeah, that was very nice.
So
Very nice.
let's climb up with flaps takeoff
Okay.
with the VY. Okay, 4,000. 80 knots, sorry.
So on double slotted flaps, it has to be even better.
It is. Poor airspeed flying now for me here. So no. Okay, let's say we are now landing configuration.
Okay.
And approaching the stall there. Okay. Putting out some power. 4-5, speed checks get on. And speed is also checked. Flaps landing. And now listen.
Uh-huh.
You hear it?
Yeah. Ah, it's from the slot. Yeah, the DA50 sound. It's like... Okay.
Okay, full idle.
Yep.
Okay.
Leaving a frequency, goodbye.
Oscar Hotel, you may leave. Goodbye.
Stall warning at 63. Trim is now full back. And I'm also full to the back now. You see, nose is going up a bit. 54, 53, 50. 4. And now look at the descent rate.
700 feet per minute.
I will go down a bit, I think. 700 probably, yeah. 650. And now, okay, let's say I have an engine fail.
Yeah.
This is the stall config, right?
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, you mean for the glide? Yeah, you're stalled in the glide without the engine, but on full flaps, but still 600 feet per minute.
Exactly, but this is not your climb speed, right?
Yeah, of course.
So this is now where it kind of dropped a bit. I can boost a drop now, maybe. There, you feel it?
Yeah, the stall.
Exactly. So if I now pull power, okay, only know what? Let's keep it here. And now just do the glide speed.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So the glide speed is
94.
Yeah.
Okay. So moving up.
Check gear.
Here. What is this? I go up a bit again, okay?
Yeah.
That I have some more time.
Yeah, but that was very nice. That was very
It's
nice.
full stable, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you really have an engine failure, then I go down with the glide speed first, and when I have my landing field, for people who are not experienced, just fly it then a bit slower, right? And you could like, just with the gear, it will absorb the landing.
Exactly, yeah.
So I know some other guys, if the engine fails, they pull something here. But why should I destroy my airplane if it's still flying?
Yeah, exactly.
Like the wings are still there.
Absolutely.
So.
And you can still manage the situation.
Exactly.
I mean, you know how to do it.
So engine failure, okay?
Yep.
Okay, focusing for the glide.
Yep.
On 94.
Check gear.
There we are. Okay, so 94.
Check gear.
Where should I land? I see some nice fields back there.
Check gear.
Going down again. And you see that the vertical speed is not too
Check
big.
Gear.
No, and we are going 94 knots, right? So
Exactly, so we keep there 94,
Check gear.
and we still have time. Okay, now we do a checklist. Tuck, 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 nothing is working.
Check gear.
Still, where am I landing? Okay, still keeping the 94.
Check gear.
Okay, I see a nice field. Is there
Check
is
gear.
there how do you say, a cable down there? No, it is, but below. So we land
Check
after
gear.
it. So then I could set myself up. Okay, let's do it like
Check
this
gear.
here. Now I went too fast, right?
Check gear.
Still the engine is failed. Oh my god.
Check gear.
So then, okay, I'm now gonna land there. So speed is checked, flaps takeoff.
Check gear.
Speed is checked, gear down.
Check gear.
And speed is checked, flaps landing.
So you get the full landing configuration.
Yes. And now I'm in full landing configuration.
Caution. Terrain. Terrain.
Yes, I know it.
That's the exercise.
That's the exercise.
Yeah.
Like this. And I would aim now for the field
I see.
exactly.
Yeah, I see it. Over the electrical wire.
All the electrical wires, exactly there. If I would love to, I could slip a bit, right,
Yep.
to get it down. But this is how it would work, right? And land
Exactly.
there. Okay. Gear up, flaps takeoff, power, cowl flaps open.
Yeah, so that's the point. You have plenty of time. The plane is actually very stable and very controllable. It will actually help you if you do a mistake, right? You still have the protections.
Yep.
And everything. So I vote for this option, not for the parachute, actually. I mean, I know that the parachute is important if you fly in some super remote terrain, but
Absolutely, you are correct. Like over water, over a big amount of water, when it's dark, perfect tool, right?
Yeah.
Or over the Alps, when it's dark, also a nice tool. But the philosophy, if the engine fails immediately to pull a chute, is an interesting one.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, I don't want to get into the plane with my fingers crossed. You know, not being prepared.
Yeah.
And just to know that I have a parachute, so whatever happens, I just click that thing.
Yeah.
I think that's a strange approach to aviation, actually. I know what I'm doing, and actually I want to train to know what I'm doing, right? So that's the first part of it. And then I get a plane that is actually capable of doing that, then I don't need a parachute. Then I actually believe that you have more chance of, you know, still having a plane if you complete a normal emergency landing like you've been trained in the flight school. Right? Because with the parachute, you're gonna smack it real hard.
I mean, if we pull the chute, let's go here, okay?
Yeah. If we pull the chute, yeah, where do we end up?
So, wind is coming from there, from the east, okay?
Yeah.
I have an engine failure here now, okay?
Yeah.
I pull the chute now, poof! We are going down into the family houses down there.
Check
Exactly.
gear.
Exactly down there. I have no controllability. And now if I'm in the engine fail with the
gear.
with the 94 knots, okay, then I land on this strip down there.
Exactly.
You don't see it now on the wing view because it's pointing up.
Yeah.
But well, let me add some power. Oop.
Yeah, but you have plenty of fields around.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are very good.
Actually,
the ones to the left.
Or here you see the field. This would be the one I could have chosen now.
Yeah.
And better to land there than all in the family houses.
Exactly.
Or in a power line. You can end up in the power line.
Exactly.
But as I said, it definitely got some pros, but also the cons.
Absolutely. Yeah. But
So, yeah, it's,
we have a little bit different philosophy here. I believe too.
Exactly.
How we work with an engine failure.
yeah.
Delta Victor 20 is correct, and Engine 1007.
So,
Great. Very, very good.
yeah. What more can I tell you, actually? Close the cowl flap again.
Show us the approach and landing.
Yeah, I would say we do so.
Yeah.
Okay, then we do 9 degrees, heading, lever change, let's do 100, let's do 4,000 here to capture it.
Yep.
And then we do flight plan. And now we go to destination Lima, Lima, Oscar Alpha November. Yep, runway was 09er, enter. And now we go to the point, Alpha November Oscar, enter. And go there, direct enter, engage the nav mode.
And we are going there.
Yes, and after Alpha November Oscar, I do Alpha November Mike, then I do Alpha November Foxtrot, and at Alpha November Oscar, I want to have 2,500, not 25,000, sorry, 02500, enter. Top of descent is in 1 minute, I turn
Beautiful.
down here to 5, and I arm the VNAV.
Fantastic.
Sorry, and this is all set up.
Yeah. So you're basically flying like a proper jet. LNAV, VNAV.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Just plan everything correctly, input everything correctly, and you're done.
Yes, I mean also the map option, which is pretty cool. You can inset this one.
Yeah, that's what I wanted us exactly. The vertical situation display.
Okay, traffic. Yeah, this is the Katana without the ADs.
Vertical track.
But you never see the Katanas. That's, I don't know. Vertical track in 1 minute, that's copied. My lights are on.
Yeah, Echo Alpha, we have the traffic instead.
We don't have you.
So while you're looking for traffic, just quick comment. Fantastic vertical situation display.
Absolutely,
you see
right.
the top of descent. You really know where you have to start, where you're stopping, and you see the terrain. So what can be better than this in the terrain like we're flying today?
Exactly.
And I mean, it's not the highest mountains here. It's not the hardest approach. But can you imagine how good it is in the mountains at night flying IFR?
Yeah, absolutely. And what I love about, so VPATH is captured.
Check.
I love the sync mode. So when you're in nav and you hit the heading sync, it will always keep you in front. So for IFR flying, perfect, right?
Perfect, perfect.
Okay, map option.
Yeah, for the guys who are starting to fly IFR and they start to use it with the autopilot, please put the heading on the bug.
Yes,
heading
absolutely.
on the bug.
Yeah.
So important. Otherwise, whenever you have a new heading command from an ATC, you click the heading, you're going in a completely different direction.
Absolutely.
Completely different one.
Okay, let's do the approach check.
Yeah.
Call flaps as required, we keep them closed for now. Landing data, we already know it. Altimeters are still 007. Comnav FMS RAIM, done. Backrest is almost up, right?
Yeah.
So, non-standard here. Approaching to 5. Safety harness is faster, flight controls, no interference. Emergency fuel pump is on still. Fuel valve is still normal. Gear test, all lights are working, and the check. Gear is coming. Parking brake is checked release. Landing and taxi lights are on. Rudder trim is as we need it. And
Stockroute to Krems Langenlois just started.
Final checklist we do later.
1,800 feet. We got traffic information.
So, speed is checked, gear down, and flaps takeoff.
Oscar Kilo India, anchor from Indian.
I already opened the cow flaps now. Because if we would have to do a go around.
Sure.
So set 2000 here for the altitude.
Oscar Kilo India, wir machen Touch and Go, bitte.
3 green, flaps are takeoff. Now you will see a very short final.
Neues der Oscar Alpha November.
Ah, there you see it blinking. You see?
Yeah.
Alpha November.
Können wir bitte...
So they're also going for landing, right?
Yeah, they are.
Wir würden gerne Mittagessen gehen.
You see them? Oh.
Okay, so we're going for a super short final.
It is, yeah. So Katana is inside, speed is checked, flaps landing.
Beautiful.
Checklist, flaps are Now landing, gear is 3 greens, red light is off, sunvisors are stowed, keeper is stowed, cowl flaps are open, rudder trim is as I want it, and fuel transfer is off.
Okay, das heißt, wir können da jetzt über Hotel...
So, I'm now aiming for 75 knots.
Check.
Okay. Because I don't know if she's doing a...
bei Hotel, oder?
Yeah, so the traffic is now in final,
Yep.
and another one has just taken off.
Okay, missed approach now is 1.5. Okay.
Okay, touch and go.
Yeah, perfect. Oscar Tango Whiskey Foxtrot.
Ja, als Nummer 2 eigentlich, 09.
Against number 2 Oscar Whiskey. Okay, we set the runway heading. That's set.
Oscar Kilo India, Gegenanflug bis der 09 für Touch and Go.
Where's the other guy? I don't know. He said downwind. Okay. So, coming in for final here.
Yeah, that's a long final.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. And now always make sure to have the rudder trim in the neutral one.
Yeah, for go around.
Yep, exactly. Otherwise you turn to the left.
Yeah.
Fluid is now a little bit too fast here. I'm not trying to do a super short landing now because of this one. So I'm in idle now, 3 green, flaps landing, okay. 75 over threshold.
Oh, very nice.
Butter, huh? With the gear.
Butter, yeah, very good.
Keep the nose up right now.
Also very good shock absorbers.
Yeah, they are perfect.
It's very, very nice. Ah, beautiful, beautiful.
Stall hit, okay, P2 hit is off.
Oscar Alpha November, hinter dem können wir dann großen.
Ja, nach der nächsten Katana könnte sagen,
okay, non-standard already flaps up.
Okay, queren.
Make sure that I have the flaps. All the airliners watching this video, they will be, how can you touch anything before?
Yeah.
I mean, it's correct.
Yeah.
I just wanted to avoid some drag here. Okay, so after landing check, landing light is off, fuel pump is off, pitot is off, flaps are up, cowl flap is closed.
Und parken können wir links vom Turm.
These guys are talking so much on the radio.
Yeah.
Good, alternate is closed, transponder check, fuel pump is off. Pitot heat. So flaps are up, and ice protection light is required. Okay.
Beautiful, beautiful. So as we are texting now to conclude it, what are your 3 most favorite things about Diamond? The 50, I mean.
The 50?
Yeah.
The landing gear?
Uh-huh.
The space?
Yeah. So no intimacy when flying. You see, like you're sitting properly.
To be honest, I'm 1.93 tall.
Yeah.
Okay. This is, I believe, almost 6 inches. I have no clue.
I don't know.
Okay.
Sorry, guys, with the imperial units.
Maybe we can put them somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm 1.93. I have a long torso and not so long legs.
Okay.
But I sit here like a king. And this is no lying. This is not because I work for Diamond. This is how it is.
Yeah, I feel fantastic. Like plenty room for the legs.
Yeah.
As a packs, you know, I just bring everything to the front.
Exactly. So that for the second thing.
Yeah.
And the third one, I have to say, Jet 1 fuel.
So the diesel engine, right?
The diesel engine.
Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
So now taxing with 10%. Doesn't matter actually, because we have to be at idle for 2 minutes then when we arrive.
Yeah, that's an important piece of information for guys who just start flying engines that are turbocharged.
Exactly.
And please remember to cool it down after touchdown.
Yeah.
This is very important, very important. I have a friend who flew for 50 hours and he performed an engine overhaul on 6-cylinder turbocharged engine because he was never They were cooling it down, and he had to overhaul the turbine. He was just shutting it down. So like land, park, shut down, done. Have to be very careful.
Yeah, the turbochargers, they are. Be careful.
Yeah.
So auxiliary page in airtime is also there. Very nice.
But I mean, you have the checklist and the procedures. Just go, go for them.
Yeah.
Go for them. I believe it's a brilliant airplane. I believe it's very easy to fly. We have just seen how safe it is to fly. I believe that this is actually a very good plane to go single pilot, single engine IFR.
Yeah.
Because of how many safety features you have and because of the stalling handling.
Yeah.
And the electronic protection system with the banks and everything.
Absolutely.
Plus the Garmin magic button.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. But you have to remember that this is a grown-up airplane, right? It's a big plane.
This is not a plane I would suggest for people who are fresh.
Yeah, I mean, get some experience. I believe it's very good to start with this plane, but this is a grown-up plane. If you start with it, very good choice. But you will grow up with this plane as well, right?
Absolutely.
Full FR flying. Well, be careful with icing. The TKS is fantastic, but remember, it's not for severe icing. Be careful with moderate icing as well. I mean,
absolutely.
You still have to understand.
Ice is not your friend.
Yeah, ice is not your friend anyway. I mean, even when you're flying with the boots installed and everything, you're still trying to avoid as much as possible. Yeah. So that's the strategy. But I believe one of the best things for single engine, single pilot IFR flying.
It's a nice machine. The setup.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So yeah.
Good. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. I hope you liked it.